welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers at the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strike saves lives and prevents the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them overheard. We do not want your views, subscriptions, likes, or comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to our
Yes, as you know that the Klansman trial has been pretty much come to an end, and Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes, he's starting the sentencing phase of these convicted criminals. Yes, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we did not know that Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes watched the channel, and he's upset about the name Lego Sykes and very adamant that he's not a Lego man. But look here, Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes, yeah man, you are a real Lego man based on what we have seen you have done over time with some cases. So that's why we call you Lego Sykes, just like how it used to be a judge by the name of Basil Reed, Rear Admiral. I don't know why these judges some of them always are some big Rear Admiral like Lego Reed. So that's the reason why we said that you are Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes, because of the way that you had released most of the criminals from the gang, and now some of them, they even killed one of the witness relative, and we can go on and on. One of them was killed 2 weeks ago in a shootout with the police, because that's only that some of the police are corrupt that arrested this man but ineptness on the part of the police. So Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes, man, we make no apology, man, for the name Lego Sykes. So I just saw it go. It has stay with it till it dead. Yeah, Brian Lego Sykes, I just saw. Yeah, if you understand, sir, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, man, former detective, so you understand, we always work with alias when they come on to criminals. We're not saying that you are, but you're very sympathetic to criminals based on your affiliation with the PMP LGBTQ+, which is a criminal organization. And we say that without any apology. So we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we're moving on to this topic at hand, regarding, yes. So Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes demands evidence that lengthy sentences don't deter crime, and deter criminals. So Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes is going to make an example out of Blackman, Andre Blackman Brian, because he doesn't like the name Lego Sykes. Yes, that's it, So we at the Jamaica Young Police channel did not know that the Chief Justice watches our video as per an orderly who works at the Supreme Court, and he hates the name Lego Sykes as it is an insult to him and it hurts his feelings. Well, Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes, as it is an insult to him and it hurts his feelings. Well, Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes shows us that you are Courtney R. They man a tough judge, and stop release these terrorists to terrorize the Jamaican people. Yeah, drop some hard sentence on these people. So Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes of the Jamaican judiciary has signaled his intent to impose the harshest sentence for Andre Blackman Brian of the Klansman One Dan gang on Monday, October 2nd, 2023. This is a significant development in the case, as Brian is the leader of one of Jamaica's most notorious criminal organization, and he had confessed that he in fact gave orders to kill people. That's what Blackman says. So the Klansman gang has been accused of committing several serious crimes, including murders, extortions, and drug trafficking. So Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes has said he intends to impose a sentence that would send strong messages to other criminals and deter them from engaging in similar activities. And the reason for that, you must understand, is because of bloggers and the Jamaican public that was eating out against him because of his rampant disregard of the laws, and instead of, be the judge of facts, he was being a defense attorney and chastising the witnesses. And even at one time, he had forced the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Fitzroy Bailey, to testify why the witnesses weren't arrested and charged for their role in the gang. In which, if Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes had any knowledge about how the American justice system operates, you would have known that that's how they bring down mob bosses in America. But Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes, because he's a part of the criminals' paradise, Upper Echelon, he did not care about that. His job is to look out for the criminals who are committing crimes, because it's a business. Crime is a big business in Jamaica, and the PMP LGBTQ plus party play a major role in it. Yes, because they are the one that gave us the Klansman gang from Spanish Town. When they were trying to, raise their ugly head in St. Andrews, so where I was as a detective, all of those terrorists, they were sent to the departure lounge, and we didn't have any extortion or anything like that. I don't know if it is happening now in South. Well, I know when I was there, in the early 1990s, thereabout, when they tried it, all of these players, they were sent to the departure lounge, and 2 men were arrested and charged because these were phone calls. And what happened was that instead they came to collect the money they sent to women, and these women, they are carousing. So they did not know, they claim ignorance, but they were arrested and charged. So, and the men were given bail, and they abscond bail, and we understand that they went to England. So those criminals supposed to be in England. We don't know if they are dead or in prison, because criminals never change their ways, So, moving on. You understand? So Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes, also said that he wants to ensure that Brian, Blackman, Andre Blackman Brian, is held accountable for his crimes, and that the victims of the Klansman gang get justice. It's unclear what specific sentence Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes will impose on Brian. However, given the seriousness of the crimes that Andre Blackman has been convicted of, it is likely that he will face a lengthy prison sentence. The sentencing of Andre Blackman Brian is a highly anticipated event in Jamaica. Many people are eager to see what kind of sentence Chief Justice Brian Lego Sykes will impose. The outcome of the sentencing hearing is likely to have significant impact on the fight against crime in Jamaica. So the sentence on Andre Blackman Brian will be a shock for the nation of Jamaica. It is a rare for our gang leader to receive the harshest possible sentence in Jamaica, especially having confessed that he's the person who was the leader of the gang, and he's the one that gave the orders, and that he's the one that's supposed to be punished by the court and release his foot soldiers, which is not only bold but admirable of Blackman Brian in the criminal underworld. And not only that, he has solidified his criminal status, but to show that he's a true leader. Because a leader takes responsibility for the actions of the people who are below him. And that's what he had done. How can, when we ever get a politician to be like Andre Blackman Brian? Yes, I commit the crime, the people below me commit the crime, so I gave the order and take responsibility and let them go. That won't happen. However, given the seriousness of the crime that Brian has been convicted of, we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel That's only, this is what before the case. We believe that Chief Justice Brian Legasike is sending the right message, but we then were open to say if the message would be true. So, I hope that the sentence of Andre Blackman Brian will deter other criminals from engaging in similar activities. I also hope it will bring some closure to the victims of Klansman gang. Chief Justice Brian Legasike spoke during the plea in the mitigation on Tuesday for convicts in the Wandan gang trial. Chief Justice Brian Legasike has expressed difficulty accepting pronouncements from law lords, stating that lengthy sentences are only a deterrent to crime with data to support their comments. Yeah, so white people stay in the woke activists them. Some of them brain, some of them brain tilt the other way. Up is down to them and down is up. So and then we tell us, boy, yeah, stink is sweet and sweet is stink. So everything is backwards to them. So and that's what they're telling. And that's why, Chief Justice Brian Legasike, I work with them people, So Chief Justice Brian Legasike's remarks came midway through attorney Alexander Shaw's plea in mitigation on Tuesday for convicted gangster Andre Golin. Begging for leniency, Mr. Shaw submitted that it is the experience of the court that imposing a lengthy sentence to deter others from committing crimes is of little value, really. But Chief Justice Brian Legasike stressed that the cited case law need more statistical evidence. Where are the studies dealing with recidivism? All of those kinds of things. It's just simply not there. So we have all of these pronouncements by judges, eminent judges, but where is the supporting data? That's just one of the difficulties that I have with these pronouncements. It is similar to when you hear about rehabilitation. Unfortunately, and ultimately, no sentences can rehabilitate anybody, he argued. According to Chief Justice Brian Sykes, reformation has to be viewed as a personal choice. And until a person makes that decision, it really doesn't matter what programs you have. No sentence is going to transfer anybody into a person who embraces reform unless that person themselves decide that this is what I want to do. And again, how are you going to know this? You can't know this. You can only look at evidence over time. Chief Justice Brian Legasike continued, oftentimes it is said that a person who have good educational opportunities, they were in a steady jobs, those are indicators that they are good candidates for reform. But there is no inevitable connection. The person may have decided on a life of crime. So on Monday, Chief Justice Brian Legasike, that's today, will begin handing down the sentence for 15 people convicted in the Wandan gang trial. So we'll move on now to Monday, October 2nd, 2023. Our client is extremely pleased and we are happy that the judge, in our view, did the right thing and applied the law with respect to the mitigating and aggravating factors, said attorney at law Keith Bishop, a member of the Wandan gang, who was this afternoon sentenced to 18 months in prison for being a member of the much feared St. Catherine-based criminal organization, was overjoyed with his seemingly light sentence. Lamar Simpson was found guilty of being a member of a criminal organization on March 8, and the maximum sentence for gang members is 20 years. The evidence before the circuit court was that he was among a group of gangsters who searched for a man called Sykes, whom they say were instructed to kill, but the search was unsuccessful. However, Chief Justice Brian Legasike said there was nothing to indicate that he was involved in shooting, arson, or murder, or that any violence was used during the search. Hence, he started at 10 then reduced the sentence to 4 years based on Simpson's previous good record and excellent community social inquiry report. The sentence further dwindled to 18 months after the 4 years and 6 months spent in custody was deducted from the 6 years. The judge noted that Simpson's baby mother had described him as the best man she had ever had and described him as decent, hardworking, responsible, and family-oriented. At first, me were you were an honest criminal. This a judge, I may tell you, Justice Brian Legacy is a real criminal. But which criminal decent? Remember, honest. The one problem that she had is not really relevant for the current purpose. It is a matter for himself and the mother of the child, Sykes said. Simpson's mother, the judge said, also spoke highly of Simpson, noting that he was jovial, hardworking, and an excellent father to his 2 sons. You want to teach them to become criminal. Community members also had nothing bad to say about Simpson. They described his current circumstances as unfortunate, while noting that they did not believe he was a gang member, and asked him to be released or given a minimum sentence. Reacting to the sentence, Attorney at Law Keith Bishop said, "Our client is extremely pleased and we are happy that the judge, in our view, did the right thing and applied the law. With respect to the mitigating and aggravating factors and what we think was an appropriate starting point, so I think the judge followed the law correctly and we are very happy with the outcome. I spoke with Mr. Simpson and he is very pleased with the sentence. He thinks the court made the right decision and we are in agreement," said John Pinnock, who also represents Simpson. Simpson was among 4 convicted gangsters, including Michael Whitley, Brian Morris, and Dylan McLean, who were sentenced this afternoon. 25-year-old Whitley, also known as Tenet, who is the youngest of the convict, was sentenced to a total of 16 years for being a member of a gang and for facilitating the commission of murder by the gang, in which he was one of the shooters of an unknown Rastaman on Jones Avenue in St. Catherine. Morris, who the state's witness said was the actual shooting of the Rastaman, is to serve 18 years and 6 months behind bar. So all them naive if I identify the Rastaman that was killed while the police now investigate. He was handed consecutive sentences of 8 years and 9 months for being a member of a gang and 9 years and 9 months for facilitating the murder. Meanwhile, McLean, who was among a group of gangsters armed with Molotov cocktail before killing a couple and torching their house in the Fishery, St. Catherine, is to serve 7 years and 3 months for his crime. Really? He was convicted of being a part of a criminal organization and 2 counts of facilitating the commission of a serious offense by a criminal organization. Earlier today's proceedings, convicted gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan was sentenced to 39.5 years for leadership of the gang and 7 years for facilitating the commission of serious offense by a criminal organization. His cousin, Tomrick Taylor, was sentenced to 9.5 years in prison for being a part of a criminal organization. The sentencing will resume tomorrow morning, with the judge continue his deliberation for the sentencing for the lone female gangster Stephanie Cole Christie. 9 convicts remain to be sentenced. Yeah, so look, you see what Chief Justice Brian Sykes have done. Yeah, he has opened up the door, to give these murderers, short sentences, because on God's earth, this man, they have committed so many crimes, and you're going to give a man 8 years for murder. That's why I tell you, the system need revamp. When I was growing up, if you kill somebody even with your hand, murder is murder, and everything goes right back to politics. And for these legislators to have murder as like a felony, a felony with minimum sentence is just ridiculous. When I was growing up, man, murder is murder. You kill someone, if you with your hand, then broke your neck. No, I get 8 years and 8 years in a 2023 for murder when Jamaica is the murder capital of the world? How we reach that point? Blackman should have, Blackman should have look on life in prison without parole. That are the strongest message that you can send to the criminals. The other people, the guy who killed the Rastaman on Jones Avenue, this Rastaman, why him have a name, cannot be identified. The couple at the fisheries, what happened to the postmortem report and all those things? How is this? And then the man is gonna get 8 years. So what happened to the investigating officer from Spanish Town CIB who was investigating that case? Because they're supposed to be arrest and charge this man with murder. Apart from the gang trial, and it's not, I don't know, double jeopardy. But that is what's supposed to be done. These people are just playing with people's lives. No wonder why the criminals in Jamaica feel emboldened. Why they commit crimes and feel like the system is on their side. And this is what breeds crime. Because when the system treats people in this fashion, you kill, others, and when when the court find you guilty, it's a slap on the wrist and telling you, you're a good boy, alright, let's go to prison and do 8 years and come back. To kill again? You have to change, man. The laws, them have to change. Who changed these laws? And I have to ask, man, I liberal them, the mad people, and the criminal-minded people. I remember so all of these laws changed after I had exited the police force. And when I exited the police force, it was still the PMP LGBTQ plus government in power. So they are the one, we know that they are sympathetic to criminals. Because they are the one that water down all of the laws. They change everything. They don't make prisoners work. So this government have to do something about what is going on. Because this is a mockery of the justice system. In America, Blackman convicted for being the leader of a criminal organization that had life imprisonment without parole. Unless he's willing to give up, the person who, he already, and he did not give up Tesha Miller. You understand? But Tesha Miller would have to give up the person who gave him the order when he drove off in that Prado from De La Vega City. And, that's how it is. But we'll see what happens if the legislators are willing to change the laws to make it harsh for these criminals. Criminals must live in fear of losing their lives and their freedom. But based on the system in Jamaica, it seems like everything is always beneficial to them in every way. So no wonder why people's life is of no value or significance to the Jamaican government. You cannot have a country operating in this way, man. Criminals, when a man convicted of murder, him supposed to have body condom. No, a black man got caught and tell the judge, say, and because the judge shame him. Because Chief Justice Brian Legasike wanted to let him go. You understand? And it was so obvious because we know at the Jamaica Young Police Channel that his appointment, he holds his seat to, Dr. Peter Phillips. You understand? The leader of the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization then. And we call him out, rightly so, because he was en route to acquit Blackman. It's a pressure from the public. So you see how public pressure can change things inside of the court. Although him sentenced Blackman to 39 and a half years, we still see him as a criminal supporter and an enabler and sympathizer. And we know that he's still a part of the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. So more or less his handlers told him, say, boy, just send a black man because it all look too bad and all, you understand? It is just sad, man. Oh, we reach this point as a people where we cannot govern ourselves anymore. Where we have criminals in every discipline in Jamaica. All of the good people, them like Douglas Chambers, once you're a good person, your life is on the line. You have to be connected and people have to have secret for you to survive in Jamaica. Well, it is a really sad day. But Blackman, yeah, we hope you're dead in a prison. And yeah, we applaud you for, for owning up to your crimes and tell them, say, hey, I'm here the man. And what you have done, you know that, things weren't looking that pretty for you. But you made sure that, to make it clear that of all the dons, you are the only one. And even when you last stand, you show the world that you are not any punk. That's what some people say, that you're not a punk criminal, that you are a cold-hearted criminal. And what most people don't even realize, that to this day, during even the social inquiry report and all of that, there's no mention of you having any girlfriend. We know that you and City Puss are rear admirals, and you understand, that's the same thing that City Puss used to do with Bulby. When both of them used to spend time together, that's what you used to do with him too. No wonder why you people are so cold, because one have to be unconscionable to indulge in certain kind of behavior. Man, a rear admiral in charge again, and yet still them say Jamaica is a homophobic country. I hope the world see it now and see that we are not homophobic, because here's a man who have a gang of men who are killing people, and all black man think about every day is how to kill people. Yes, you understand? Bring the duppy chop. Hey, why you have to laugh still though? The black man is something else. Let's hope we don't get back another black man still though. The duppy chuck. Hey, and no, hey, all of a criminal now, I go try to emulate and replicate what black man have done. Bring the duppy chuck. You never hear that one before. So, and the witnesses, especially C4. C4's, of all of the witnesses, C4 was the only one who wasn't arrested and charged. He's the one that, for some reason, he came forward and did what he did, because he's a working man. The banker did not have to resort to criminality, but because it's already embedded in him for him to be a criminal, because he was in America, arrested and charged for dealing in drugs, and abscond bail, went to Jamaica. His father bought 2 buses for him, and so he was operating PPV buses in Jamaica, and all the man had to do was stay away from crime. But apparently now, it seems like more or less these men, they start to extort him, and then he become a part of the extortion ring. And when he was arrested and charged by the police, he decided to become a cooperative witness. So that's how it is. So it's not like the banker was like C4. C4 decided that he wanted to change his life. And, we are appealing to the Jamaican government to do all the necessary. The banker cannot come back to America, because if he come to America, he might go to prison, because he might have case. And the Jamaican government cannot influence the American judiciary or their justice system. So C4 and his family should be able to migrate to the United States of America. I would not advise for them to go and live in the Caribbean, because that is just garbage. You understand? Who want to live in the Caribbean? Well, it all depends, because I have spoken to some people and one and two little things, but yes, we can see that hopefully a new day is ahead. But Chief Justice Brian Legacy, I just hope this time last year on the bench and the maggot will retire. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.